Hey guys, Timmy13 here back with another commentary. Today I'm actually going to do a movie review. I don't usually do movie reviews, but I just saw The Life of Pi, and it was such a great movie. I thought I just had to share my feelings on YouTube, and I haven't posted a video in a while, just because it's the holidays, and I kind of wanted to get a break from it. And first of all, Merry Christmas and or Hanukkah and or Ramadan and or any other holidays which you guys celebrate. Merry that. But just for a quick review, for those of you in a hurry, whether you should watch it or not, definitely go watch it. It's a must watch. It is such a great movie. I really, really enjoyed it. And the review is going to be split up into two parts. The first part is going to be spoiler free for those of you who haven't watched it yet and don't want me to spoil the movie, because it is definitely something that I recommend you guys go watch and not, just read an article off or something. It is and the second part, I will put a little bit of spoilers. I'm not going to ruin the movie, but I am going to use parts for people who maybe have watched it already and kind of want to get into a discussion about it. So the thing about this movie is that it's kind of, you guys know those movies where they kill the dog. This guy has a dog or a cat who's their best friend, and then they die in the beginning, like in the first like 30 minutes or not. The movie's just completely ruined for me. That movie is no longer good, because it's just kind of like, I'm really sad because the dog died and whatever. So I thought that's what this movie was gonna be. It wasn't like, the first 30 minutes weren't really boring. I just didn't expect it to be like a good movie, because usually when you watch a good movie, it's like the first 30 minutes are just like bam, you know this is gonna be a good movie. But I really get that with The Life of Pi. But oh man, you guys, you have to watch the whole thing. There was one point where the guy is in the middle of the ocean, and I started to get really like kind of seasick, and it was like this scary feeling, and I kind of really wanted to get out of the movie theater, because I just felt like it was gonna be like, the whole movie was just gonna be him in the ocean doing whatever. And but the thing is, the ending. I think the ending on this movie is probably the best ending to a movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It was such a great moment of like, of just going, yes. So it was so great. I definitely recommend you guys go see it. So anyways, I was talking about the dead dogs and everything. So during the beginning of the movie, something happens. I'm not gonna spoil it. Something happens which told me, oh god, this movie is just completely ruined for me. I'm so sad right now. I'm just not gonna enjoy the rest of the movie. And then the movie goes on, and it's kind of like dragging on. I feel a little sick, and it's really cool. This movie does this really cool thing where it keeps you scared, happy, sad, and kind of like uncomfortable at the same time. It is a very strange feeling. I feel like towards the end of the movie, you know how people, when they do magic mushrooms, that drug, they say that their eyes are opened. I had never had this happen with a movie to me. Like, I had never gone outside and felt like the movie just like completely changed my perspective on life, just life itself. But it really did. I really felt like I was a different person when I came out. And, it's a little exaggerating just because it's a movie and everything, but I just felt so great when I did that. When I watched the movie, it was such a great, like, life-changing thing. And I'm not gonna spoil what the ending is, but it was so great. And for those of you who haven't watched it yet, I definitely recommend you guys go see it. Now here I'm gonna use a little bit of the ending part for those of you who haven't watched it and don't want the movie to be ruined just a little bit. Then I recommend you click off. But for those of you who either don't really care or have already watched it, the ending of this movie. So the movie kind of consists of a story of this guy, this journalist or this author or whatever, goes to talk to this one guy, and he asks him to tell him a story which would make him believe in God. Now this guy goes on to tell this guy this story about all of his adventures overseas. As a he falls out of a boat and he has to survive in the ocean or whatever. And so the thing is, the insurance company for the boat which he fell out of wanted to know what happened in there. And so he tells them this story, and of course they don't believe him, because it's such a it's such a wonderful thing. Another thing about this movie is it's just so visually pleasing. I was the visuals in this movie are just so great. It gives you like an adrenaline rush, but at the same time you're scared, and at the same time it's kind of like It really is amazing. That's why I really recommend you guys go watch it. But anyways, the insurance company doesn't believe this guy, right? So he tells him another story, which may or may not be true, and he kind of represents every part of the other story with a more realistic part of the story. And he goes on to say that the moral of the story, which I really liked, there's kind of two morals. So the moral of the story was you have to let go of things, and you shouldn't get too attached, and you shouldn't say goodbye because it's just a way for you to get attached to things. And that was such a great moral. I don't really like morals in movies and stuff like that because I just feel like it doesn't really do anything for me. But this was a really 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 great moral. And anyways, he goes on to tell two stories, and this guy, he I think he was Catholic, Muslim, and Hindu. So he did a whole bunch of things with related with God. And anyways, so he tells the author both stories, and the author says, "Well, which one's the real one?" And the guy says something along the lines of, "Well, my parents died in both of them, I suffered in both of them, and I survived in both of them. So why does it matter?" And then the author says, "Yeah, I guess that's right." And then he says, "And that's what God is." And I was so, I had never felt like that before. It was just like such a moment of awe, just plain. That is exactly what I was. It's such a perfect. He just completely closed the story so perfectly. I thought the story was gonna, the story just but that one line that just completely did the movie for me. He's talking about it doesn't matter what religion you are as long as you're believing in the same thing, because it doesn't matter because everything ends in the same place. It was such a fantastic ending. I'm sorry, it's been almost 7 minutes. I usually have a hard time getting this far, but I just have so many things to talk about. I actually felt my brain open up, and I'm so open to new things. I hope that this movie had an effect on me, and I hope it has an effect on you. It was such a great message that this movie had. Don't get, first of all, don't get attached to things. Always know when to say goodbye. And then the second thing was that it doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you get there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Sorry I went on for a little while. Happy holidays, happy New Year. I will be posting regularly when we get back into school schedule, which should be around mid-January. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to keep watching my videos, then go ahead and subscribe. And if you like my video, then please be sure to leave a rating. It doesn't have to be a like, it could be a dislike. I do appreciate likes though. And if you really liked it, you can go ahead and favorite. You can do all that thing. I really like it when you guys comment. Let me know what you thought of the movie, and or if you're gonna go watch it if you haven't watched it already. Thanks for watching, and it's been Too Many 13 here. Thanks a lot for watching.